Hello, happy Friday, everyone. Uh, Back after a while again. I'll be looking at AutoGen today. Uh, it's a framework for agentic AI from Microsoft. I did read about it a little bit, but I haven't gone through the docs or anything, so we'll do that now. So Microsoft GitHub.io/AutoGen. There's a couple of websites there. There's a GitHub repo as well, and then there's this site from Microsoft Research. So I post this one in the link as well. But all of them are interconnected, so um, if you have one, you can get to the other. So I'll be going through this one. So multi-agent conversation framework. So it provides multi-agent conversation framework as a high-level abstraction. With this framework, one can conveniently build LLM workflows. Hey, Adrian, happy Friday to you too. It allows you to easily build diverse applications. So there's a collection of working systems that span wide range of applications from various domains and complexities. Okay. Enhanced LLM inference and optimization. Okay. Um, let's go to getting started. It's open source framework, cooperation among multiple agents to. By the way, is the fonts are the fonts big enough? I did switch to 4K, so I think it should be much easier and better to read now. Multiple agents, cooperating multiple agents to solve the tasks, easy to use and flexible framework, agents that converse with other agents, LLM and tool use support, autonomous and human in the loop workflows. So that's interesting. And multi-agent conversation patterns. So I'm assuming this is the user agent. OpenAI code. Okay, multi-agent. All right. So what are the features? Looks like that's the same thing that we saw on the first side. All right, quick start. There you go. So pip install, import. Okay, well let's get started with that. Why not? Okay, so let's do create an environment. And I did look at their blog. Let me see if I can find the blog. They mentioned that, of course, like two days ago, they announced a new AutoGen architecture preview. So whatever I'll be going through today might be already old. I don't know, but there's still a pull request, so it's not out there yet. So they're still recommending the 0.2. So maybe it's not going to be that bad. All right, so we'll do pip install. I'll also do pip install on PR 2 days ago. Yeah, it was 2 days ago. .env. See, I never know. Is it python.env or I think it's python.env. So let's do that one. All right, and then so no code execution, local execution, Docker execution. What does this mean? No code. Okay, so this is just not allowing any code to execute, probably. I'm assuming. And this one, okay. Oh, this is interesting. So, okay, so we'll do no code, but I'm assuming the thing here is that you could, if any of the agents need to execute any code, you could basically execute that inside a Docker container. I'm assuming, or maybe you have to run the whole thing in a Docker container. All right, we have this. I also need to do, whoops. What did I click? There you go. I need to do from dot and import load and then load because I have the env file. All right, so let's run this. Well, oh, I thought I installed it. Oh, wait, where am I? Oh, I didn't source it? Interesting. What? That's a good start. I did install it, right? AutoGen, auto chat, right? Yeah, and that's the environment. Wait, I didn't install it? Interesting. Oh, it's probably outside. All right. Anyway, so okay, so what is this one gonna do? So there's two assistants. Yeah, it looks like it's not working, but let's say so two of them. There's a configuration. Let's do GPT 4.0. Is it 4.0 mini? It's something like GPT 4.0 mini. I think that's the name of the model, right? Let's see. OpenAI GPT-40-mini. Okay. Uh, OpenAI API key. I have that one set. Flammel Auto ML is not what? Okay. Tell me a joke about Nvidia and Tesla stock prices, and then what is this saying? Rate limiters. We're already being rate limited. How are we getting based on what? All right. Well, that's not a good start. All right. So I'm assuming this should have done something. Customizable agents. Okay, so proxy. All right, so user proxy agent. So that's me, right? The human agent, I guess. And I'm saying, sending a message, initiating the chat with the assistant, and assistant is another agent that's just using the same. Well, not the same. It's using the GPT 4.0 mini, right? But for some reason it's not running. AutoGen site client. Let's see, throttle. There's no rate limiters. API rate limit. Why would I be rate limited? I don't get it. Oh, there you go. So OpenAI wrapper. Initialize rate limiter. If it's in the config, it's not. Oh, but this one is null or something. If no, it's 172. So this one, throttle. Why is it throttling? Yeah, let's see. Well, if you comment things out, then it's going to work. But okay, so replying as user proxy, provide feedback. Okay, so looks like code execution. All right, so there's no config, and it looks like it's prompting me something, right? So this was what was sent to assistant. I like the outputs. And assistant sent this back to me. All right, so that was a joke, blah, blah, blah. And then terminate. So replying as user, provide feedback to the assistant, press enter to skip, and auto reply. Oh, okay. So this would be like tell me a joke about Microsoft stock price. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's the same. All right. So let's do exit. Okay. So it does work. I don't know why I had to comment that out necessarily, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so all right, so this was this one has plot a chart of Meta and Tesla. Let's try that one. Plot a chart of Meta and Tesla stock price change year to date. Let's see. Oh, but this one is not configured. Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, so it gives me the code. So let's see if I would make this thing here. If I would set it to true, so let's see how that looks like. Local execution. When asked, be sure to check the generator before. Oh, okay. So it's gonna run it locally on my machine. I guess I'm fine with that. So we'll do. So that's the difference here. So let's copy that one. So code execution config is this. Whoops. So let's do it code execution. Let's define it separately. Code execution. Config, so it's executor, AutoGen coding, local command line executor, working directory is coding. So I'm assuming it will. Well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, my guess is, yeah, that's a good question. Whether it will install, what is it using? Matplot. I don't have that, right? I don't have Wi-Finance. So curious if it's going to install it or not. But I guess we'll see. So let's do the config here. So this guy, whoops. What am I missing here? I'm missing this. Yes. Okay. All right. So same thing. Let's try it again. There you go. AutoGen is not defined. Oh, okay. So we'll do from autogen.code. Oh, there you go. That's in our coding import local command line executor, and we'll remove this. Yeah, that's better. Why isn't it executing it for me, right? Coding prod. So let's do skip. There. No, it's not going to install it. There you go. Oh, wait. So, okay, so it tried to execute the code. So it inferred the language. And then it's saying the module not found. And then it went back to me to say, execute this to install it. So what if I don't do anything? Oh, now it's going to go and install it. But why am I in the middle here? So will it? I'm assuming it's running something. So there is a coding folder. Yeah, look at that. So there is a coding folder. All right. I'm assuming there's probably a setting somewhere so I don't have to like press enter or approve each time. Okay, so now it needs to install the matplot library. Oh, there's like an auto reply setting, probably, right? That's what it's saying there. Yeah, let's do enter here as well. Yeah, look at that. It's creating stuff here. Now it's executing the code. So Adrian is saying, I think it's in the JSON config. Yeah, so there's, oh, you mean here, JSON config for the agent? Might be. Oh, by the way, it just popped up. Look at that. There's the price change. Looks like it worked. But yeah, so you might be right. So there might be a config either. Oh yeah, there we go. Wait, max consecutive human input mode. Oh, okay. What if I do? Let's do human input mode. Oh, so whether to ask human for inputs every time. Possible value always terminated never. So I'm assuming the default is always, right? Because that's what it's. When terminate the agent, when a termination. Okay, whenever. So when terminate, the agent only prompts for human input only when a termination message or the number of auto reply reaches the max. Whenever, the agent will never prompt. The conversation will stop when the number of auto reply reaches the max consecutive auto, or when the is termination. Okay, so if we do never here, never, and there's like is termination type message. So this is a function. Okay. So looks like. So what if we do, instead of never, we'll do terminate? I'm assuming that's when the terminate is. Yeah. So I think it did draw it again. So I guess I can do. Yeah. Oh, okay. Terminate. Yeah. Perfect. So it'll end then. So let's see. So let's do something else. So plot a chart of Microsoft and what Nvidia stock price change. So let's do this one. This should be automatic now, right? Yeah, it worked. It just popped it up on a different screen. There you go. Perfect. Okay. I guess there's more settings there, but it's not stopping. Look at that, right? Yeah, it's not stopping. I'm assuming it's gonna be later somewhere. But anyway, so here's the code that it generated. Okay, so for each step that it required my input, it actually created, right, install this, like the output, right, what I have to do. Or I'm assuming I could have another agent that's the coding agent or something, and that coding agent actually goes and executes these. Or I guess this one can do it. And then plot the stock prices, wrote the code. Oh, in this instance, it actually created a shell script. I don't want to do that. And then screenshot. We got a screenshot as well. All right, interesting. Um, and then Docker execution. What's the difference here? Okay. Oh, this is just a Docker command line. Well, let's try it just for fun because I'm curious if this will uh, actually. Let's do this. Docker command line execute from AutoGen coding import Docker. What? Oh, is there a separate one? AutoGen dot coding dot Docker import. Oh, why is it in a separate? Anyway, so let's do this one. All right. So what I'm curious about here is whether this will just spin up Docker container and run the code in there, or does that mean that I have to run this main.py, the whole thing inside Docker container? And I tried LangChain, but dumped the idea 3 days after I started AutoGen, and I like it way better. Yeah, I could see that. I played with LangChain as well. I mean, it's interesting, but it feels like, to me with LangChain, it feels like if you weren't there from the beginning, there's so many abstractions on top of abstractions on top of abstractions on top of abstractions that it's just so hard to figure out what's going on. But I haven't looked at their if they have anything specifically for agents necessarily. At least I don't think I did. But yeah, like the LangChain itself, it's just abstraction after abstraction after abstraction. Yeah, Java. Yeah, like what Java does with folder structure and file names, that's what LangChain does with abstractions. All right, let's see this one. Let me see. I think I have stuff running probably. Yeah, I have some things running, but doesn't matter. We'll see if there's a. Maybe I'll just fail. Let me. Oh, look at that! No. There you go. Oh, this is interesting. So it does spin up a Docker container for it and runs the code inside. So it's not running the main.py itself. It's not that runs inside a container. I'm assuming you could run that inside a container as well, right? But this the actual code that has to get executed runs inside a container. That's pretty nice. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. Docker logs, nothing. All right, that's fine. Oh, so I created a. Oh, the only thing is, see if it's weird that it created a PNG in the working directory. Was that the one? Let's do Google and just see. I'm curious if it copies it somehow. I don't think it does. I'm wondering where it actually creates the image. Um, okay, actually, I can delete this one and we'll see. But this is interesting, right? I'm already getting ideas of running this inside Kubernetes. So Kubernetes code executor, and then you basically run the same thing inside a cluster, right? Or anywhere else. Curious if they have anything. Markdown extractor code. Oh, okay, they have just Docker command line. Okay, it's just a definition on how to execute things. I'm assuming if you implement this code executor class, you can do whatever you want and then use that one to run your code wherever you want. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I like that. Oh, did it finish? Looks like it did. Let's see. Yeah, it did it in the container, right? Oh no, it didn't. Look at that. It didn't actually create the image. This is what I don't necessarily like about the undeterministicness of agents in general, right? Uh, it said plot a chart, but it didn't actually do anything, right? Just printed the things out. But okay, so it did do it locally, right? Stock simulation, but the code was run inside of a container. Yeah, it might need some. That's what I was thinking. I was hoping I don't need to do that, but uh, uh, one might have to do that. I don't know. Let's see. Not that it matters. So working directory, actually, then executes. Okay, so it saves it in the working directory being my local, right? And then the executes it inside of a container. Working directory defaults to path, or is that inside? No, see, it does some mounting here. So it mounts stuff. It's just weird. It didn't create a let me be specific here. Plot, what was here? Uh Save the plot to a file call. Let's add that one. Be very explicit. Let's try it again. I think it can write. The thing is, it didn't do the PNG, right? It didn't. That wasn't in the message, so it didn't really save. There was nothing to save, right? But we'll see. We'll see what happens now. So now it's saved the file. Well, now it's created the code. Now it's executing the code. I'm assuming. Yeah, there you go. It does. See plot. There you go. So it basically mounts the local folder. Yeah, it mounts the whatever this working directory that you specified. It mounts it locally, and then anything it executes the code there. But anything that gets dropped into that code, into that folder inside a container, is also it's mounted in. So that's good. That's pretty good. So it's not going to pollute your machine with when installing packages and stuff. All right, so let's move on. But this is I like this. I really like this. Where to go next? So tutorial. Okay, so installation with Docker. Okay, so they do. Okay, so this is what I originally thought it's gonna do, like run the whole thing inside the container, right? Which you can do as well. But tutorial introduction. Welcome. An agent is an entity that can send messages, receive, and then generate replies. Okay. And it generates reply using models, tools, human inputs, or a mixture of them. Okay. Okay. So I could additionally define tools and then have them execute those as well as needed. So this abstraction only allows agents to model real world and abstract, but also simplifies. Okay. Extensible and composable. Yeah. Vibrant community. Okay. Yes. Agents. Okay. Entity. Yeah. Same thing. Powered by models. Code executors. Human or so can my assistant be a code executor? Can we do that? So let's do code agent, code executor agent. This assistant agent. Is it? Looks like it. And I'm assuming the first thing is the name. Yeah. LLM. No, see, it doesn't have the only the user proxy agent has the execution config, right? Yeah. This one doesn't have it. Okay. Human in the loop tool. Okay. Conversible agent, is that the base class? Yes. Okay. So assistant, conversible group chat, user proxy. Oh, looks like there's two of them, right? Assistant agent, that's the one. So conversible agent supports list of LLMs, code executor, function and tool, a component for keeping. Okay. You can switch each component on or off and customize it to suit your needs. LLMs. Okay. So okay. So assistant agent was just one like okay, so conversible agent is the one that I could go and create, and this one has the code execution. Okay, makes sense. All right, okay. So instead of doing whatever I had here before, this would be conversible agent. Okay, conversible agent. Yes. And this one can have LLM config. Whoops. LLM config is LLM config. Config. Why isn't this it's not formatting it the way I like. There you go. Code execution by default it's off. Code execution config, we've set it. And we're gonna do it Docker. Whoops. Docker function map. Okay, so let me do so I don't forget. Function. Why not here? It's here. Function map. Okay. This is where you would enter any functions, any tools that you have. And then you can use this agent to generate a response to a question using the generate reply. So I could, if I comment this out, right, could say code executor agent generate code execution reply. There you go. And we'll do messages, content, and we'll see write a Python function that all right, Excel, let's do that one. Content, and then I think its role is user, right? Yes. Okay, so let's see what this one does. Did I forget a comma? Yes, I did. Where? Here. Yep, there you go. Is false none the response? Might be. Yeah, that might be the response. So maybe I do generate reply. I don't know what the difference is, honestly. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I have to do generate reply. Maybe that one is something very specific. Okay, so it created the function. Yep, and then it exited. You can assign roles. You can have them participate in conversation with each other. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do. Conversible agent, Kathy, Joe. Oh, they can do a comedy show. Look at that. They can chat. Uh, so I could I do, let's copy this one and we'll do a manager agent for the lack of better naming, manager agent. And we'll do the system message. We'll say, you are a, yes, you're a manager. You can assign tasks to your team members and help them solve the tasks. So there's no code execution, right? The config is there. Now, how did we do it earlier? Oh, initiate chat. Okay, so I would do, okay, so I still need the user proxy. So let's do the user proxy. I'll comment this one out. I'm trying to figure out how to tie everything together, right? So there's no code execution there. Or should there be? No, that one should execute the code, right? So we'll do user proxy. But how will the manager agent know about code executor agent? How can you do that? Terminating converse, right? How do two know about each? Okay, maybe we'll get to it. But group chat. So there's a concept of a group chat. Let's see. Chat human in the loop. Is the input modes, code executors, local. Okay. Oh, there's Jupyter code. There you go. Tool use, patterns. Oh, there you go. Group chat. There you go. So what is a group chat? More than two. Okay. So it's typically just between the two agents back and forth. Yeah. Thanks for this group chat. Okay, so you have a manager, right? And then okay, so group chat is orchestrated by a special agent type. The group manager selects an agent to speak. Then okay, so it goes back and let's see how it looks like. So we use the auto strategy to select to help the group chat and a description of the agent. Okay, so we need, what is the description here? All right, let's do group chat. Can I add myself to the group chat as a user? So this would be group, where there was a group chat manager or something. Group chat manager, right? So this would be then the group chat manager, right? But I need a group chat first. So let's do that. So let's comment this out. So we have a group chat. We have the agents. We'll have this one. Let's put it here. So is there a description? Chat manager description. This agent can write and can execute by. Okay, let's do it separately. So let's do the one. It will be, I think, same user proxy agent. So code writer agent. Got code writer. This agent can write production grade Python code. It's not an executor. It doesn't have any functions, right? This one knows how to execute. This one knows how to write. And then we have a group chat where we have the code writer agent and we have the code executor agent. There's no messages, I'm assuming, because it's empty, right? And then you create a group manager. Okay. Oops. Then we create the group manager. And we're saying group chat equals group chat. And it has an LLM config, and that's it, right? There's no description. Finally. Okay. And now we have the user proxy agent, right? Initiate chat. Recipient will be the manager, right? And there you go. And the same prompt. Okay. Let me remove this one. How do I? It is Python. How do I make Python? Let's see. Can I format? Oh, okay, there, format. All right. I didn't have it set to automatic. Okay, so what do we have? So we have an entity that knows how to execute code in a Docker container, an entity that knows how to write the code. We have manager of the group. Oh, we have the group. These two belong to the group. I'm assuming does the proxy agent have to belong to the group as well? It does, right? So let's do it like this. User yeah, because it can go back, right? One of the agents can actually come back to the user to ask for input. Yes. User proxy. Okay, so all of them are part of the group chat. Max rounds, I'm assuming that's back and forth between the group chat manager and the individual agent, but we'll see. Not important for now. Then we create the group chat manager, reference the group chat with all the agents and all the settings of the group chat, LM config, and then we use the user proxy to initiate the chat with the manager agent with a message that says, write a Python function that takes a list of numbers and returns. And I'll delete this so we get a clean slate. So let's see. Oh, there you go. There you go. It did something, right? I don't know how it got the sum of all numbers to be 15. I don't get that, but it did. It went to, well, let's see. Let's go through the logs. So let's see. So write a Python function that takes a list of numbers and it returns the sum of the numbers. So it went to the code writer. Oh, okay, because we didn't. Okay, I know. So the code writer actually wrote the thing and gave an example. Executing code. So, but why did it went to execute the code, right? How about we do this is some of the numbers. Then execute the function with an input with the following input list of numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Let's see. It's doing something. Oh, I did 15. Is that that's not the 5, 4. Oh, it is. Okay. But it did went to the executor. So that's what I wanted to do, right? So it went to the speaker, the code writer, went to the user proxy, even though I don't know why, because there's auto reply. Oh, okay. So this is here. Okay, so this is here. I'm assuming it's here because if you wanted to involve a human inside in the loop, and this is where it would actually ask me for any input if I wanted to uh, uh, send a different message or ask it to update it or something, right? Uh, okay, that makes sense now. That makes sense. So let's see. So I auto reply to the chat manager, and then it went to the code executor. Even though I don't know why it already did 15 here, so it looks like it executed the code, right? Yeah. It looks like the first one already. Maybe it's not a good example, right? But um, we could we could do something else. Code executor, code writer, and then image creator. Yeah, you can give it feedback as human. Yeah. You're right. What if we do this? Image creator. The agent can create an image. Also can plot an image. Hmm, image from an input. I don't know how that will work, but we'll see. So let's do image creator. So let's see if this will work. So what I wanted to do is by a Python function, take a listen and it returns the sum of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it creates an image with the result. I'm trying it out. I'm trying to find like a good enough example. Is it because of the proxy that sets to execute code? But this one doesn't have this one doesn't have the execution ability, right? Uh, this one, yeah, maybe I'm not doing this correctly or not like trying to figure it out, right? Because see, this one already wrote the um created an image, right? I didn't want it to create an image. I only wanted this to create the. Well, I guess I don't care, right? As long as the result is fine, but it looks like it failed. All right. Maybe I actually have to read through this to figure it out. So let's see. So group manager. Yeah. So this is the same. For to start a two agent chat. Select to speak by us. Okay. Oh, there's some reflection. What is this reflection thing? Let's see. There's a setting here, right? Initiate chat. Summary method. Show me. So what is the summary method? Summary method, a method to get a summary from the chat. Okay. That's it. Summarized. Okay. So just to summarize the thing, right? You can see the numbers. Okay. Interesting. Let's go back. I was jumping, getting too excited with everything. Oh, what's new? Oh, the reflection thing, the summary or whatever. Uh, yeah, they are changing it, right? So, but at least it's good to get an idea of what it is. So wait, let's see. So we went. I went. Whoops. Uh, I went through this, right? Roles. Yes, conversible agent. Yeah. That's where I started to go downhill. All right. So let's see. Terminating the conversations. Yeah, it is important because they can keep talking. And so how do you terminate two mechanisms, parameters and initiate chat? When initiating, you can define parameters that determine, okay, configure an agent to trigger termination. So when defining individual agent, you can specify parameters that allow agents to terminate conversation based on the particular configurable conditions. There's a typo here if anyone wants to fix it. All right, so initiate chat. So you can do max turns. Max turns is 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, why was it 4? I'm going to plug this to voice and then write books. And yeah, yeah, that will work. You can also terminate by configuring parameters at the same sender exceeds. Okay. Feels like a lot of these settings might be like you have to fine tune. Well, first of all, you have to figure out what the scenario is and then fine tune these, right? Um, the number 1. But how is this consecutive auto replies? Oh, Joe only replies once. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So it's this one doesn't count, right? I'm assuming, and this is one reply, right? Okay. So the termination message, you would basically check whether it contains a specific word or whatever, then it would terminate. Okay. Oh, okay. And it's not going to terminate right away. It depends on what the human input mode is set to as well. Human feedback. Human in the loop. Yeah. So the human is in front of the auto reply. It can enter. So yeah, that's why we always say using. That's why it says using auto reply here. Uh, yeah, auto reply. Yep, or the human reply. Yep. 3 modes for input. So never, terminate, which is the default. Note that in this mode, if the human chooses to intercept and reply, the conversation continues, and the counter used by okay, it's reset. And then always choose to skip and or terminate. Okay. This mode, it's never. It's too low. Oh, okay. So this just goes automatically, and then until it figures it out, right? And then always, this is going to prompt every time, right? Yeah. And then whenever the. Oh wait, no, it's different. Wait. Um, Human input is always requested. What is it? Terminate? Oh, okay. And this is it's only requested when the termination condition is met. Okay. Code executors to interact with it and perform useful. Okay. Executor is a component that takes input messages, those containing code blocks, performs execution. Oh, okay. So it does the execution and as well, not just. Okay. two ways. Oh, because it was well, but this one was executing it as well, right? When I so let's remove the image creator here. So if I do it like this, right upon the listener, will this execute the code? It shouldn't, right? Yeah, why did it execute? I didn't expect it to execute, right? Oh, because it already created the thing here, maybe? I don't know. Well, let's see what the example is. Print a random number. Temporary folder. Always take the input. Okay, this is just calling it directly and saying do this, right? Just sending it a code block. Okay, so the code executors know how to execute the code block that is given to them. Hmm. And then Docker execution, same thing. Oh, you can specify your own image as well if you want to. Code execution in conversation. Following is an agent but a code writer. Okay, so you're a helpful AI assistant. Solve this. Solve tasks using your coding and language skills. Oh, there you go. So this one doesn't have. This one just knows how to write code. Yeah, but see, it went and executed it. This is what I don't understand. Right? It was set to false. Why did it go and execute the code then? Oh, this is okay, okay. This is combined with the previous one. Never mind. Never mind. So this is combined with the so if I take the code executor, so let's do code executor here. Agent, code executor, executor. Did I delete it? Of course I did. So let's do this. Let's copy this one. It's the Docker one. Work there. Is it coding? Was that what it was called? Yeah. So let's delete this. So false. Oh, because this one is just executing code, right? So this is the executor. There's no description here, right? It doesn't need an LLM, right? Because it's just executing stuff. It doesn't come up with anything, right? So code executor. And then let me just copy the description. Where was it? Of this guy. So the code writer. So let's do the code writer and we'll do writer system message. Okay, so you're a helpful AI assistant. Solve tasks using coding. In the following cases, suggest Python code and Python or shell script for the user. When you need to collect, get the current age, check the after the okay. Okay, when you need to perform some tasks, use the code to perform the test output. Finish the task. Smart, solve the test. If the plan is not, explain your plan first. Okay, okay, so this is just a longer system message. So we'll do system message here. Let's do code writer system message. And this one has an LLM, but it has the code execution set to false. Code execution config is false. Question, but Danny, do you still need the LLM defined in the function? Where? So it's not. It's only defined. It's defined here, right? For the agent is going to write the code because it needs it, right? The agent that's running the code will just receive the actual code block that it needs to run. So I don't think there's no LLM involved there, right? Yeah, for the executor there is the LLM. Yeah, I have it, right? This guy. Oh, no. So for the executor, no. It's set to false. Right? I think the default is set to false as well, so I don't know if I well, it's set to none, but I'm assuming dictor false or none. Yeah, so to disable. Oh, there you go. To disable LLM is set to false. Okay. Yeah, so it has to be set to false. Yeah. So let's do false and then user proxy. Okay. Group chat. So let's see what happens now. So chat manager. What was the example that they have here? So I want to use the same thing. Where is it? Write a Python code. Yeah, sure. Oh, let's do the same thing. Well, let's do the same that we already have. So let's see what happens. Okay. Code execution config must be a dictionary or false. What am I missing? I'm assuming it's this one. Oh. Was it something like this, if I remember correctly? No? I don't remember. No. Oh. That's what it was. Okay. It's doing something. So let's see. So write a Python function. So it went to the code writer, which is correct. Then it went to the user. I auto-replied. Then it went to the code executor, who executed the code, which is fine as well, right? And then it exits, right? Terminates. So it kind of works, right? It goes back and forth. So let's try this one. So there's Fibonacci. Yep. And it did the output, right? The executor. Interesting. All right. Yeah. Human input was requested. Yeah, I had it to set to never, so it didn't request anything. Oh, now you can do querying the web. But how would that work? Oh, it's not going to query the web necessarily, right? What is what? Oh, it's going to use the Y Finance library, and that's going to download the thing. Okay. Yeah, and then plots the thing. Can we do something more elaborate here? Let's say, let's do write Python code that parses the top 3 posts from Reddit's r/istio subreddit. Let's see. I'm assuming it's going to work, right? I'm assuming if I would take this, go to Claude or something, it's going to do the same thing. So, or it would come up with something, right? Yeah, there you go. I think it already outputted something. Reddit subreddit. Yep. So it knows that there's the .json, right? Reddit has the um, you can get the JSON representation, right, of the things. Top, fetch the posts. This will output the titles and URLs. Yep. It installed whatever it needed to install. It picked one. This is the same one. Well, it didn't really work, right? Limit 3. Maybe there's no top posts there. I don't know. Kind of see. Python fetch. Yeah, see, only did one. What is another Kubernetes is more popular, I'm assuming. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I picked. Interesting. So we could do. Okay, let's do something else. So Kubernetes subreddit and writes a short summary. So do we need I'm assuming we need another. So we don't need a code writer. We'll need a summary writer, right? Agent, and we'll say summary writer. This agent can write technical content. So let's do this. I'll modify. So you're helpful. Solve tasks using your writing and language skill. In the following cases, suggest plan. I think this is fine, right? Solve. So we'll do write. You're helpful. Write a summary of the contents using a. Let's see if this will work. I don't know. But we'll have to. So write a code that parses extracts the description, the contents, and then writes a summary. Writes a summary of all posts. Let's see what happens here. So we'll add the code writer, code executor, summary writer. So we have someone who writes the summary as well. Give me an idea. What idea do you have, Adrian? Oh, not that. I wanted to run. Let's see. Extract the content. Okay, so let's see if it'll work. Why would I need client secret, client agent? What? Oh, now it's using a different. Now it's using some library. It's trying to use some library. This is not gonna work, right? Yeah, it's not gonna work. Okay, but now it went back, but it's still trying to use. Do not use. Let's do this. So we'll do in all cases just by when you need to collect what you need. For example, it's browse, download, from the task, step by step, explain the plan. Don't include any libraries that require API keys or passwords. Let's see. That's the thing that I like. It's non-deterministic, right? See, it worked on the first like first time I tried, it worked, and it used. Yeah, see now it's using the beautiful soup to parse it. Previously, the first solution was actually the best, right? Because it used the like the JSON, right? Yeah, and this one failed. So let's do this. So let's do say you can parse, you can get the JSON of all posts from top.json file from, let's do top top.json, right, or something like that. So you can use natural language translate to Piper flow syntax, generate BPN. Okay, not familiar with that. So oh, now it knows what it is and how it does it. There you go. All right, so let's see. So it extract. Is this the one? Yes. So wrote the code, failed because requests are not installed. Yep. Then went to install the requests, created the same code, executed the script. Title, content. Okay. Oh, it doesn't fetch the whole content, right? But okay. I guess it kind of summarized it, right? But not really well, because it couldn't get the full contents, right? I don't know why the. Let me actually see. So Kubernetes slash top.json. Let's see. Preprint. Where is it? There it is. Data. Oh, it doesn't store the. Wait, how did the code look? I thought the contents were stored. Oh, it just uses the self text. Whatever a self text is, it's just a self. Oh, it's just a snippet, right? It's not the full. It's not the full. Yeah, there you go. It's not the full post. It's just I guess the snippet that's displayed there. Yeah. Okay. Jupyter code. Coder user proxy. So the user proxy agent is just a conversible agent where the input mode is set to always and LLM is set to false. Okay. What is Piper flow? I don't know what Piper flow is. Is it this one? Oh, so it would create the whole thing. Mm. I thought there's I'm pretty sure there's a way to get the yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, yeah. I'm where was I? Here. I mean, we know one other LLM that's better at writing code, right? I just don't know how it works, if it works with okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, so I would basically say confirm if I understand correctly. So I would go and say, let me do this. I see. Create create an agent group chat that will write Python code that parses top three blah 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 blah. I would do that. Then it would go through the LLM. It would create this, right? And then from this, it will go through another black box that will go and actually create this, right? Is that what you meant? I think that's what you meant. So uh, abstracting it even more now. But yeah, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's yeah. But I mean, to be completely honest, I think this is even more understandable. So if one could just create this and then go from this, which is basically this, right? Uh, and then from there you go and create this. I think you could do it. That would be an interesting idea to try to play with it. Yeah, my first the first thing that came to my mind when I saw this is like, oh, is there a SaaS? Where's the UI, right? Where's the UI for this? Uh, and I think they are mentioning. I think I saw somewhere that they were mentioning. Oh, there's the studio, right? That's the thing. All you're saying, I would just feed it in the prompt, and it would. Oh, okay. Let me see. So you're saying I would do. Oh, it already knows the syntax. Oh, okay, okay. So I would do create a AutoGen AutoGen uh AutoGen code. No, we would do let's do first. So let's say a Piper uh create a business process diagram using Piper flow syntax for the following. I the process. See, I want to parse the top three posts from Reddit, extract the contents, and then write a summary of all. Once you created the Piper flow syntax, create the AutoGen source code. Oh, let's see. See what it is. Definitely something to explore. Uh, so it's doing so it fetched the code or the JSON, right? Oh, but I have the summary writer, right? So I would probably need to create. Um, there you go. Copy paste the syntax in the agents. Oh, just do this. Let's see. Do I need to? I see. Oh, I don't need to. Let's see. Is this what you mean? It is creating it, right? So it does understand. Yeah. So it did create the, and it's actually probably more organized as well, right? So there is a UI for it as well. Look at that. What is the time? Oh, it's been going for more than an hour already. Whoops. Workflows. Oh, nice. So they do have a UI. Interesting. UI. Yeah, it failed for some reason, but it did take it as an input, and it actually created more structured code. I guess. Look at this, right? It's easier to read, and it actually follows whatever we specified in there. Um, all right. Well, I'll stop here because there's way too many things to go through, but it's definitely an interesting project. I just feel like I would prefer it to be like in general. The whole here's what I want to do, right, in natural language, and then you have an agent plan everything, right, and maybe sub agents to execute things. It feels like it's too not enough guardrails in a way. That's what I feel. It's very undeterministic in a sense. It's like, oh, it's going to create everything. It's different if you know exactly what you need to do. Like here, right? I want to fetch. I want to do this. I want something that knows how to write code. I want something that knows how to summarize things. And then you're very clear, right? And you're saying, I want you to do this versus be just abstract about it, and let it figure out what it needs. Yeah, you can edit the nodes in the diagram. Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like you're giving it a bit more structured input, right? And removing uh, the unknowns that you get with the natural language, right? Uh, all right. Well, thanks, Adrian. Thanks, others, uh, for sticking with me. Hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see everyone next time. Bye.